Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to this episode of Movies America Spoiler Warning. And I am, as always, your humble host, Van Ebert. We will be doing a retro spoiler warning here show tonight. And it's retro because I will be going over the 1985 Bullets and Bodies action extravaganza classic Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? And, I think Schwarzenegger's ready. Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to. Yeah. So if you're in the mood for that, if 38 years since this movie came out, if that's been long enough for you to see Commando at least once, so I won't be spoiling anything for you, then definitely check it out. Okay, come on in and yeah. So definitely going to be going over some points with Commando here, and I'm going to go over my top 5 Schwarzenegger movies as well. I'm going to be saluting a veteran with the movie military moment, okay? And to be honest with you guys, I'm going to go as long as I possibly can, or as long as my voice, my sore throat will actually let me go here. So I know that I was dealing with that last week during the show here as well, and I had to really end the show early, a lot earlier than I wanted to, just because, man, I just started coughing up. I sounded like the Minnesota Vikings in the NFL playoffs. I was just choking left and right, so I had to end the stream early. So yeah, I'm literally on the clock here with this episode. So we're going to do the best. I'm going to do the best I can for you, okay, in this Commando episode of Movies America Spoiler Warning, okay? So, to that end here, because, I'm going to be trying to get through this before I start coughing and hacking and wheezing. You know what? Let's give you something to dance to real quick.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies America.
That's right. That's right. So are you in the mood yet? Are you in the mood for some Commando here on Movies America Spoiler Warning? Well, if you're really in the mood, hey, get into the live chat, people. Get in the live chat on Rumble and on YouTube, okay? And then if you live chat me on YouTube, I can put your live chat right down here on the screen, okay? And I want to hear from you all about Commando. What's your favorite part? What's your favorite character? Did you love it as much as I did it, as the big, dumb action classic that it is, okay? And if you like Commando, hit that like button. Hit that like button down there, okay? And then also subscribe to the channel and then hit that notification bell if you would be doing me a solid, okay? Because, what I like to do is just like Schwarzenegger does. He likes to party with the like button.
It's party.
Yeah, so you're going to be seeing that a few times here tonight. So, but let's get right into Commando. What do you say? Yeah, so there's, the classic poster from 1985, and like it says, somewhere, somehow, someone's going to pay. And someone definitely pays in this movie. And you see that obviously in the form of Schwarzenegger just stacking up bodies, man. Ending lives, okay? Because hey, you know what? They took his daughter, all right? So before Alyssa Milano was Tony Danza's daughter on Who's the Boss, or maybe this was actually at the same time. I don't know. So, but Alyssa Milano, of course, plays Jenny, Schwarzenegger's daughter in this. He plays John Matrix. He's a badass, so badass that the machines in the Matrix, the movie, I'm pretty sure they've named the Matrix after John Matrix. He's that much of a badass. Okay, so all right, just completely out of left field. Just to let you know here, I'm going to be taking like random drinks here, left and right, just to help soothe the flames of the old sore throat. There, I know, I'm lollygagging and freaking boo-hooing about that the whole time. I know. So, but to that end, let me grab a tug off the old brew here. Good stuff. But yeah, like I said, I mean, this is a big, dumb action movie, but I love it. Okay. It's, and when I think I love it extra just because when I was a kid, that's when this movie came out. And this movie was, rated R, and I wasn't allowed to watch rated R movies. A lot of the movies, I mean, even if they weren't rated R, I wasn't allowed to watch it. But this one was rated R, and it was bloody and violence and whatnot. And so it had that edge to it, I mean, they're cursing in this movie, and people are getting shot up and impaled, and I was like, oh man, this movie's so edgy and cool. And so that's probably why it stayed with me, all these years till today, where I just have had an affinity in my heart for good old Commando. So, and let me recognize my compadres in the live chat here. So speaking of the live chat that I mentioned here before, which you guys need to get into. But so far, we've got my brother here, Unfolding Joker, my other brother from another mother, the beer drinking Trev, in here. So, and Unfolding Joker is sending me, his condolences and about me dealing with a sore throat. I appreciate that. And beer drinking Trev, I said I'd be here on time. I lied. I love one thing I love about that part, and maybe you haven't noticed it here. I didn't notice it until I watched this movie like 237 times. Is when Schwarzenegger drops Sully after he goes, "I lied." You hear Sully go, "Ooh la la," as he falls. Okay, so he's not just screaming; he's screaming, "Ooh la la," as he's dropping to his death. Okay. But yeah, so Commando, the dumb part of it is there's just so many, things that just have to fall into place in this movie for it to work. Okay. Like at the beginning, you see, the baddies, coming to kill off Matrix's team. And, they're rolling in a neighborhood with a garbage truck. And this part, it has to work out perfectly because they have to hope that the garbage truck is heard by the member of Schwarzenegger's or Matrix's team. Okay. And so we see the garbage truck roll up to the house, and then they have to hope, in order for their plan to kill this guy to work, that he hears the garbage truck outside. Because, I mean, this guy's a deep sleeper. He didn't hear it. Okay. But as it turns out, lucky for them, just luck, pure luck. He hears the garbage truck. He goes out there to take the garbage out, and the dude doesn't look like a former member of some special forces team or anything like that, or some elite military team. He looks like a high school guidance counselor. Okay. But of course he goes, "Oh, I'm afraid you guys missed me." Nope, don't worry, we won't. And then they take his ass out. Okay. Agent X6, welcome. Agent X6, welcome to the live chat. Welcome to the family. Welcome to Commando nights. So then I do like the beginning, like the pre-opening credits sequence here, where you've got the bad guys taking out John Matrix, like the members of John Matrix's former team, and towards the last person that they take out, Bennett. I just thought that the framing, the bracketing, and the filming was a little weird, because they show Bennett, he's getting on the fishing boat, right? And Bill Duke, the bald black guy, is just standing there like on the dock, and it looks like he's standing there like 5 feet away from Bennett getting on the boat, and then you see the other bad guy staring Bennett down, and it just looked really awkward, because I'm like, if I was the character of Bennett, I would be thinking, oh, these guys look like they're up to no good right here, and it just didn't look like it was filmed quite right, but who cares? It's Commando, right? And then, of course, they fake Bennett's death, and that's the end of that sequence. Then we cut to the cool James Horner score to Commando with the opening credits, where we see Schwarzenegger in the obligatory shot where they're showing his rippling muscles and other veins, and he's carrying a big lug like a man does. Okay. And then we see him interacting with Alyssa Milano, Jenny, his daughter, in there. And you see, like, oh, this guy is just a sweet dad. He's not just this badass killer. He's a sweet father. Okay. So, yeah, that's the beginning of our movie right there. But again, yeah, I like that score from James Horner to Commando, that steel drum score. That you also heard that like in 48 Hours. He did the score for 48 Hours with Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy, and so it just sounds like that. And also, the score sounds a lot like Schwarzenegger's movie that came out a few years later, Red Heat, that James Horner also did as well. And then later on, we kind of fast forward in the movie, and this is when Matrix and his daughter get attacked by the bad guys, and we see Matrix, flipping to action, right? And he's got the gun safe with a keypad vault and all that stuff, and all the gun vault with the keypad that all of us dudes and some ladies definitely want to see here. Matter of fact, actually, you know what? Just I've got a video of someone. Actually, there's a gun vault that actually, of all people, the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, found this gun vault here. So let me do this. All right. Let's play this here for you. So this is a gun, like a weapon storage room, as they call it, but like a gun safe, a gun vault that the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, found, I believe, in Gaza here. So let's check this shit out. Look at that. I'm jealous. So the impression I'm getting here is that they found that like in one of the Hamas tunnels there. So, or knowing Hamas, that was probably underneath a school or a hospital or some shit like that. So the way they roll, right? There. So I just thought that was pretty topical. Like, whoa, I'm gonna be talking about Commando, and hey, they have like a gun safe room on in a Hamas tunnel that looks a lot like John Matrix's safe in Commando. So yeah, exactly. Agent X6, nice collection. And Unfolding Joker, how'd they get into my basement? Yeah, Unfolding Joker, I counted before I left. There better not be a single mag missing. I love it. Yeah, so you guys are bringing the wit. Bringing it, I'll tell you. But yeah, this movie, also the reason I really like it is because this really introduced Schwarzenegger to me as an action hero because, believe it or not, I saw this before I saw Conan the Barbarian. I almost said Conan O'Brien. Before I saw Conan the Barbarian and before I saw The Terminator, okay? And so I was like, holy shit, man, this guy's a badass. Hell yeah, pretty cool. And so, yeah, that's just really badass movie. And, it's just, if you just want to like take a break from all your troubles in life and whatnot, just check out some Commando there. That's what I would recommend. And we also, had an appearance from the late, great Bill Paxton in this. He played like a radio intercept officer working for the Navy towards the end of the movie. And it's kind of cool. Schwarzenegger and him are talking in this movie back and forth when Bill Paxton and Schwarzenegger had been in The Terminator the year before this. And then, of course, they would be in True Lies a number of years later. So, and then Bill Paxton and Schwarzenegger, they both became frequent collaborators with James Cameron as well. Because, Bill Paxton was in Aliens and Titanic and True Lies. So it's really, really cool. So, yeah, I'm going to drink one to the late, great Bill Paxton from here in Fort Worth. Oh, yeah. My little liquid salute. to Bill Paxton. All right, let's break it up here a little bit by me telling you guys all about our website, and that is tdpn.locals.com. And you may be wondering, what the hell are you talking about there, Van? Well, I'm talking about our website for Till Death Podcast Network that has all the cool content that you need to check out. Okay, websites, videos, blogs, articles, all kinds of stuff. Movies, Merica, Mad Libs is on there and whatnot. So, and now I know this won't apply to any of you, but if you guys get on there and you guys are offended,
be offended.
So, yeah. But I don't think you'll be offended. I think you'll be entertained. Okay. So we've got cocktail recipes on there from Sean. Sean has some really great buzzed feed articles in there. I occasionally throw some movies and entertainment stuff in there. I've been slacking over here lately. But my Movies America Mad Libs is out there, and that's something that's a fun thing. Pardon me. That you can take advantage of out there. So, yeah, get out there to tdpn.locals.com. And as you see down there below, if you use promo code TDPN, you're going to get 1 month free membership, everybody. So, yeah, you don't want to be that one lame-o that doesn't go out to tdpn.locals.com, okay? And then after that 1 month free membership, it's just $3 minimum per month for all the great content that you got out there. And again, Sean's putting a lot of great stuff out there, so definitely check that out, huh? Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's get into my top 5 Schwarzenegger movies, because I'm gonna whip through my little docket here that I have for the show here pretty quick here, because again, I don't know when I'm going to start choking left and right, like the Minnesota Vikings in the playoffs. Okay, I don't want to be that. I don't want to choke like them. Okay. All right. So, hey, my top 5 Schwarzenegger movies. Da, 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 da. That's my weak little sound effects. I do my own sound effects on this show, everybody. I know I'm very, 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 very talented. All right. So we're going to go from down from 5 to 1. Okay. So my 5th favorite Schwarzenegger movie is Predator. Yes, Predator there. You see Schwarzenegger and the rest of the badasses. You see Jesse Ventura and you see Shane Black. Shane Black is a famous screenwriter. He wrote The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. So he's known mostly as a screenwriter. Okay, I think he also wrote Lethal Weapon as well. So obviously Jesse Ventura, Shane Black, Bill Duke, who you see in Commando. There, obviously Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed. Oh God, this guy's name is he was in a bunch of 80s movies. He was in 48 Hours as well. He played Billy in this movie right there. God, I'm failing. And this guy, I can never remember what his name is. I think his name is Chavez in Predator right there. But Predator is a great movie. This came out a couple years after Commando. And I'm leaving Commando off of this list here just because I want to give some other movies a chance to shine in the top 5 here. But yeah, Predator was cool just because it combined different genres. You had action combined with sci-fi, combined with, I guess you could say, horror. Okay. And it just had this real machismo, man's man kind of movie feel to it. I got Jesse Ventura, I ain't got time to bleed, and then it had that great Alan Silvestri score to it. And it was really cool because, I liked how it went from this team of special forces operators, and they got, whittled down to just Schwarzenegger. And then at the end of the movie, it's just this man versus creature, death match, towards the end and whatnot. Schwarzenegger's having to cover himself up with mud to, evade detection from the Predator and all that stuff. And of course, this spawned all kinds of different movies. But yeah, this is the first major release that we saw from John McTiernan, who directed this, and John McTiernan would direct Die Hard the very next year after Predator came out. And then, of course, he would do The Hunt for Red October later on and Die Hard with a Vengeance. And a number of different movies. The Thomas Crown Affair, that's John McTiernan. And then later on, he would get himself thrown in prison for, I think, like tax evasion or some shit like that. So I think he was in the same cell with Wesley Snipes, probably. So, so that's my fifth favorite Schwarzenegger movie of all time. And moving on to number 4, True Lies. True Lies, again, the movie with Schwarzenegger and Bill Paxton in it. And here we see him in frame with Tom Arnold. Basically, the only movie that I could stand Tom Arnold in. Okay, so, and Tom Arnold surprisingly did a very good job in True Lies, but this is another movie that mixes genres, big budget action with comedy, political thriller, I guess, if you want to say that. And since it came from James Cameron, it had like a huge budget, and you see it on screen. This movie is a fucking spectacle. I mean, it's just really cool to watch. It's got some really genuinely funny moments in it. And dudes, I think we all know what our favorite scene is in True Lies, huh? Huh, dudes? Am I right? Am I right? I think you guys all know what the best scene in True Lies truly is. But yeah, you get some great action set pieces. I mean, starting from the beginning, when they're in Vienna or Austria or something like that, and then he meets up with the smoking hot Tia Carrere, of Wayne's World. Okay, so she was Cassandra in Wayne's World, and then of course Jamie Lee Curtis, Charlton Heston, and we see Grant Heslov. Grant Heslov is like the little Weasley little member of Schwarzenegger's team. Okay, because he plays Harry Tasker in this, and of course he works for, I can't remember what the name of the agency, like Omega Agency or something like that. And so his team is Tom Arnold, and then he's also got another little shrimpy, little Weasley little dude, and that's Grant Heslov. And Grant Heslov is actually known more as being George Clooney's producing partner. Okay, so Grant Heslov doesn't do a whole lot of acting. He just produces a shitload of movies with George Clooney nowadays here. So, and Beer Drinking Trev, did they get to the chopper? I can't remember. Well, actually, yes. Schwarzenegger and Elpidia Carrillo, who played the Hispanic woman that they, I guess, freed, made it to the chopper. Yeah. And Folding Joker, laugh out loud. Tom Arnold, didn't he cap himself after doing Jingle All the Way, or is he the douche with TDS? Both. I see a beer drinking trap. You know my handcuffs? I picked them. That's a great scene there as well. So yeah, and then of course his wife, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. I think that's the first time that she gets to see him like basically just taking out the baddies and realizing, holy shit, my husband's a fucking badass, man. What the hell? So, and then I like the ending set piece, this ending action set piece where he's flying the Harrier jet to Miami, and you got the big fucking shootout there in the high rise of Miami, and he's told like what floor the terrorists are on, and he just takes that Harrier, he just unloads every fucking round out of that Harrier into that building and takes out all the terrorists. So yeah, fantastic. I love it. So again, that's another scene where it shows you like, holy shit, they spent a lot of money on True Lies. And of course, I really like the scene with the Harrier jets where they're taking out the bridge. They're taking out the terrorists, stop them from transporting the missile, or the nuke, I should say. Yeah, True Lies, just a fantastic, funny movie. And that's number 4. Okay, moving on to number 3. Conan the Barbarian. Yes. What is best in life, right? To see your enemies driven before you. Yes. And this is I really like this movie because it's the first like sword and sorcery kind of movie where I saw it just be hardcore and graphic and kind of dark, because not only do you have Schwarzenegger playing Conan the Barbarian, you have James Earl Jones playing a very creepy Thulsa Doom character. He's like the leader of Set. And then you just have some great, like creepy moments as well, like when he goes into the hut and he sees the hot chick in there, and he gets with her, and then it turns out like she's a witch, and just like this really evil, menacing moments in this, and then like the big snake they have to go up against in the temple, and right from the beginning of the movie, when his parents get taken out, and it just shows you like, okay, this is not just some PG rated, sanitized for our protection kind of sword and sorcery flick. Okay, this movie isn't going to hold fucking back at all. Okay, and then and this is a role that Schwarzenegger was born to play. Okay, and a great score by I think Basil Polidoris, I believe, did the score for Conan. I keep almost saying Conan O'Brien. But yeah, Conan the Barbarian, and then I just like the back and forth, the battle royale between him and Thulsa Doom, and at the end, where he takes out Thulsa Doom, cuts the dude's head off, man. Badass. Well, yeah, really great movie. And another movie where if it's on, I don't care if it's halfway through the movie, whatever I'm doing, I'm stopping, I'm dropping, and I'm watching me some Conan the Barbarian, man. Absolutely. Beer Drinker Trev. I thought Conan was a true story of Arnold's upbringing. Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go with that. So yeah, I'm totally on board with that. I mean, until someone tells us otherwise, I say we go with that. But yeah, and it works. It works. All right. Hey, you know what? Beer time. Oh yeah. All right. We're gonna move on here. So I guess this would be what, number 2? Number 2, Total Recall. Yeah, this is Schwarzenegger's. I think this is his first. Maybe it's his only. Yeah, it's his only team up with Paul Verhoeven, the director of Total Recall. Okay, and as you can tell here, Schwarzenegger likes his meaty roles. And yeah, in this he plays. He plays a couple characters. He plays like Douglas Quaid, and what's his other character? He plays like the bad guy. Anyway, someone in chat will remind me there. But yeah, Douglas Quaid is like his Earthbound. Hauser, is that it is? Hauser, someone that? Anyway, but I digress. But yeah, this is Schwarzenegger's team up with Paul Verhoeven. Paul Verhoeven had directed RoboCop a few years before this, and then 2 years after Total Recall came out, he did Basic Instinct. Okay, and this is the reason this is number 2 for me is this is Schwarzenegger really kind of flexing his acting muscle. Okay, he gets to see a side of Schwarzenegger that you hadn't gotten to see in any of his movies before this. Okay, and he just, I mean, his action movie credentials were solidified with Total Recall. Okay, and I can just imagine him reading the script to this, because this script for this was based on a Philip K. Dick book, as a lot of movies are based off of Philip K. Dick books, like Blade Runner. Okay, and then obviously Total Recall is as well. And this, yeah, just a fantastic, different movie. Like, I liked how it was just kind of this standalone movie. It wasn't part of a franchise or anything like that. And it didn't hold back either. Okay, this movie came with a violence, obviously you can tell right there. You're looking at Michael Ironside's arms that basically got ripped off in this. And Paul Verhoeven, dude, I mean, did that guy love blood squibs or what? Okay, and I mean, the 80s and the early 90s were the glory days of blood squibs. Okay, when someone got shot, it wasn't like the shitty looking cheesy CGI shit you see nowadays. It's blood squibs galore. I mean, just think back to the scene in RoboCop where the corporate guy just got turned into raspberry jam, by the robot. I mean, beer drinking Trev, screw you, Johnny. Yeah, Agent XX shoots his wife in the head. Consider it a divorce. Fantastic. Sharon Stone, by the way. Rachel Takot and was like, yeah, what a bitch. But yeah, great movie. Ronnie Cox plays Cohagen, the main bad guy. Michael Ironside, excuse me. Michael Ironside plays Richter. He's like the main henchman for Cohagen. And Michael Ironside, you know him as Jester from Top Gun, primarily. So, but he's been in a bunch of other movies as well. All right, it's time to move on to number one, everybody. What could it be? What could it be? Terminator 2, everybody. Yes. So I went with Terminator 2 instead of the Terminator, just because I really appreciate the bigger budget of this, and I didn't want to put the Terminator as one of the other four movies just because I didn't want to bog down the list with a bunch of Terminator movies here. Hey, Sean Cab. Hey, good to see you. Welcome to the show here. But yeah, T2. This is another collaboration with James Cameron for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, this is obviously the sequel to The Terminator. And this movie took 1991 by storm. 1991 was this movie and, the Guns N' Roses You Could Be Mine song, and Edward Furlong, was introduced to the world with this movie, and then quickly he unintroduced himself to the world not long in this movie. And Sean Cab says, I never saw Commando, but I think I will tonight. Yes, do yourself a favor and enhance your life with a little Commando. Absolutely. Drink time. Oh, yeah. That throat. But yeah, T2, fantastic movie. Obviously, it's another movie where you see the budget on the screen. Okay, so and it's over 2 hours long, so it's a great story. Linda Hamilton is no longer the frumpy waitress from the first one. She's a muscle bound badass in this. So one of those girl bosses without having to announce that she's a girl boss. Okay, so apparently Jennifer Lawrence didn't get the memo that she's not the first female action star. Okay, we had people like Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor in T2. Excuse me. And Linda Hamilton killed it in this movie, literally. Okay, so, but yeah, then Robert Patrick. We really were introduced to Robert Patrick as the T-1000, and he went on to have a pretty good movie career in this. But this movie really boasted a lot of cool new visual effects capabilities. You got to see the liquid metal endoskeleton for the T-1000. And actually, that was derived from the movie The Abyss that came out a couple years before this from James Cameron. The Abyss, an underappreciated movie. If you haven't seen The Abyss from James Cameron, go see it. Okay, check that shit out. They're actually coming out with a one-night-only release of The Abyss on 4K in theaters on December 20th. So definitely check that out. I think it's December 20th. Look it up. Yep, but Google that shit. I'm Sean Cab. T2 was peak Arnold. Yep, you got that right. Beer Drinking Trap. They'll probably remake T2 with Lizzo. Yep, Agent X6, you got it. Commando is a pretty good movie. It's fun. But yeah, that's my top 5 Schwarzenegger movies. All right, so let's move it along, okay? Because, yep, I feel that sore throat coming here. So let's break it up here again. Let's do a little brew review time. What do you say, everybody? Yeah, let's make this. Let's get this shit going on. All right, so our special guest for the brew review time here is this brew, and this is from Distill Brewing out of Normal, Illinois. This is their peanut butter porter, okay? And we're getting closer to Christmas, and so I'm kind of going with some more, flavored exotic beers, okay? This is pretty good stuff, okay? It's just got like this chocolate and caramel flavor to it, chocolate and caramel notes from the roasted malt, and it just collides, just with this creamy peanut butter taste. Now, I know a lot of basics. People that like their beer kind of basic and whatnot. Probably hit a peanut butter porter like, ugh, it just sounds disgusting. It sounds like you're drinking like a fucking bottle of Mrs. Butterworth. It's like, no, it's not that at all. Give it a chance. Okay, it's not that at all. It's not like drinking liquid cake frosting as some of you might imagine that. So it's pretty damn good. Okay, 6.1% alcohol by volume. So it's got a little kick for a beer. Okay, but yeah, definitely peanut butter porter. You could do worse. And to that point, oh yeah, get that good peanut butter flavor. Yep. And you know what? That's probably going to be one of my smallest or shortest my shortest brew review times there. So, and with that, let's wrap it up. Yep, everyone's probably like, unfortunately, like, man, he's really rushing through all this shit. And yep, I am. I know. So hopefully, like next week, and instead of you hearing me bitching about how sore my throat is, I'll be back to this battle station will be to full operational status. Okay, this Death Star, and I won't have to half-ass everything here. I'll be back to full power. Okay, but until then, let me tell you about Nature Clear recovery powder. And what is Nature Clear recovery powder? Well, I will tell you, friends and family, okay? That is a powder that you can take to avoid getting a hangover in the very first place, okay? If you're drinking too many peanut butter porters or Cosmos or tequila shots or whatever you're hankering for. And all you got to do is just take the packet of Nature Clear. I think I got that. Yeah, right side up. Yep, there you go. Just throw that in like 12 ounces of water or a bottle of water and shake that shit up and drink that before you go out, and you don't have to worry about a hangover, man. You're good to go. But hey, don't worry if you forget to take it when you go out. Just take it when you get back home, okay? And it doesn't just help you recover from from boozing it up, okay? It helps you recover from smoking and vaping as well. And as you can see down there at the very bottom there, if you click on the link in the description for Nature Clear and pick out what you want, put in promo code movies in the cart, okay? And you're going to get up to 25% off your next order. You heard me right, everybody. Up to 25% off, okay? So yes, so you should be rushing out there right now, everybody, to take advantage of this fantastic offer, everybody. Yes. Nature Clear recovery powder. Do it. Yes. All right. Check out live chat. Unfolding Joker. Yes, I'm Sean. Nature Clear saved my life this morning. Hashtag never forget. Is that you've got a testimonial right there, everybody? A real life testimonial. Okay, so let Nature Clear do its work for you. Okay, so let's move on to my favorite segment of every episode, okay? And as you guys know, if you've watched every episode, you know that I am talking about the movie Military Moment, and that's my chance to pay homage. Yep, I'm using the word homage, okay? To a military veteran who's who's been awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor, okay? And as you would imagine, if you win the Congressional Medal of Honor, you had to do some hellacious shit, like something that if you saw it in action and you saw it in a movie, you would be like, oh my God, wow, am I actually seeing what I'm seeing? Your eyes would be popping out of your head, okay? And it would be a true movie military moment, okay? And so, yeah, definitely want to pay homage to a deserving veteran, okay? And a deserving veteran for this movie military moment is one Chief Water Tender Peter Tomich, okay? And he served his country with distinction during Pearl Harbor, okay? So I think we can all say we've heard of Pearl Harbor. And so that's what you're about to hear about in this movie military moment. This is the movie Military Moment. And in this movie Military Moment, we pay homage to Chief Water Tender Peter Tomich, who, unfortunately, but fortunately for us, gave his life during Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. And let's find out more about Chief Water Tender Tomich here. For distinguished conduct in the line of his profession and extraordinary courage and disregard of his own safety during the attack on the fleet in Pearl Harbor by the Japanese forces on 7 December 1941. Although realizing that the ship was capsizing as a result of enemy bombing and torpedoing, Tomich remained at his post in the engineering plant of the USS Utah until he saw that all boilers were secured and all fire room personnel had left their stations, and by so doing, lost his own life. I know that's a short citation, but it gets the point across to illustrate the sacrifice that Chief Water Tender Tomich gave for all of us, gave for his country. Okay, he could have wussed out. He could have ran his ass up to the deck, okay, and got out of harm's way. But he knew he had a job to do, and he fucking did it, okay? He manned the hell up, and he gave his life for his country. And for that, he rightfully was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. And I salute you, Chief Water Tender Peter Tomich, who gave his life during Pearl Harbor. That has been our military, let's try to get movie military moment. All right, fantastic. So, and as I always say, hey, if you happen to know the family of the person that I'm doing a movie military moment all about, let them know about this. I think that they would be touched and be thrilled to hear about their loved one being honored, with something like this, and that would just be fantastic. And if I heard from them, that'd be awesome as well. That's why I do this. Okay, just because I want to give them a moment in the sun. Okay, I want to give the military member that sacrificed for our freedoms that we take for granted way too often. I just want to give them a minute or two. Okay, so what do we got here? Got a little live chat from Trevor. Sean, use Nature Clear all day today. So absolutely. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, that's what it's there for. And you know what? Sometimes we all need a helping hand, and sometimes that helping hand comes in the form of a Nature Clear packet right there. So so if you've got these laying around and you don't use them, well, that's all you. That's all you. There you go. Absolutely. So, all right. Moving on here. So, Unfolding Joker, great show. Movies Merica. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. Absolutely. So, an Unfolding Joker, he's one of the greats. Okay, he's there. He's a stalwart, long-standing member of the Movies Merica family. Absolutely. So, and again, the fact that I like Unfolding Joker reminded me to ask you to hit that like button down there. Right? Smash the fuck out of that like button. All right now. And also, hey, let people know about this show. Okay. If you have friends, family that you even remotely think would like a show like this, man, let them know. Okay. Don't hold back. Okay. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Let them know all about Movies Merica. Okay. And also my spoiler-free reviews that come out every Sunday. Okay. So we're here for you. Come and play. Come out and play with a little Movies Merica, everybody. Yeah. All right. So where are we at on the docket? Where are we at? And also, hey, you know what? Not because I'm not above begging for money. Rumble rants is something you can do on Rumble. Okay. And that's if you want to show a little financial appreciation for my efforts. Okay. For me slaving over a hot Movies Merica stove all day just for you. If you want to show a little financial appreciation, you can give me what's called a Rumble rant in a good old Rumble ski. And all you got to do is just hit the $ down there at the bottom where you type in your live chat in Rumble. And show a little financial love if you are so inclined. If not, that's all cool. I just appreciate you guys being here. All right. So let's do this here. Tell you about Movies America Mad Libs. Yeah, let's do that. Share the old screen here. So let's do this. And Movies America Mad Libs. So what I'm going to show you here is this great, cool feature that if you are a premium member of, I said member, of the Till Death Podcast Network website, tdpn.locals.com, you can take part in Movies America Mad Libs, okay? And Movies America Mad Libs, what is it, you may be asking? Well, what it is it's your chance to flex your creative muscles, okay? Pardon me. See, you drink beer, burps are going to come, all right? So there you go. I drink it way too fast because I'm a man. Agent XX hit the like button so hard it turned to dust. And now it's dust in the wind. There you go. Shout out Kansas. All right. So, but yeah, Movies America Mad Libs. So what it is, I wrote a movie script, okay? Or I'm in the process of writing a movie script, okay? And as you see right here, it's scene 2 of this movie script, okay? And we have our 3 characters here in the movie script because it's a movie script. You have to have characters, right? And so I wrote the first few lines of this movie script. You can see it right here, okay? And then where you come in is you can write more lines in this movie script, and you can get as funny and raunchy and debaucherous as you want, okay? You're going to kind of get that impression that that's the kind of story that I've started here. It's kind of raunchy and irreverent and whatnot. So think Animal House and Vacation and Caddyshack and whatnot. Wedding Crashers, that kind of raunchy humor, okay? And so, I mean, like Holster says, I would have rather fell for the banana in Lizzo's tailpipe. You know what I'm saying? All right. This is not a Disney script, okay? So I'd never write anything as obscene and groom-tastic as a Disney script, okay? But yeah, so what you do is just read about the characters. I describe what the characters are. I describe where the scene is at, and in this scene 2, they're outside of Mar-a-Lago at the main gate. It's daytime, and then you just read my lines that I've written. And then the last line here from Patsy is, this is so exciting. It's not every day you might get to meet. And then you put who they're going to meet outside of Mar-a-Lago, okay? And where you write your lines is you come right here, click on that. That will take us to another page. You come out here. And then in the comments section, this is where you start writing your lines. You can start writing, we're meeting Dana White. There you go. So whoever you want, okay? So you write the lines, and then you just continue writing lines, 1 line per character, please, because these are 3 characters that are talking to each other, okay? And then what I'll have to do, along with Ian and Sean, the other 2 titans of Till Death Podcast Network, is we are going to need to read out loud what you write, okay? And we have to read whatever you write, okay? So get out there, write your lines, and then we will determine the best lines, okay? And then you get to watch us on a future Movies America spoiler warning episode, this show right here, okay? And laugh your ass off as us 3 are humiliated, potentially, by reading whatever you wrote, okay? And yeah, so if you have that sick, twisted sense of humor and you want to watch other human beings squirm as they have to read your lines, it's your perfect opportunity there, okay? So it's on you if you waste that opportunity, okay? So I'm lobbing it over home plate there for you guys, okay? So, all right, let me get a drink here real quick. Oh, yeah. So that's Movies America Mad Libs right there. So get out there. Now, you have to put in you have to be a premium member. Okay. But if you, like I said earlier, if you go out to tdpn.locals.com and put in promo code TDPN, you get 1 month free. Okay. 1 month, plenty of time to write your lines out there. So again, make us squirm. Okay. Hey, I'm Sean Cab. I appreciate the $2 Rumble rants. I appreciate that. So showing me the financial love. Ooh, boy. Man, I sound like Joe Biden over here. I'm like, I'm coughing and wheezing everywhere. Hey, where's the 7-year-old? We have a Easter bunny hopping its ass over here to herd me around, So, the Easter bunny. What else we got here? What else is on docket for everybody, for all you fine people watching this show right here as my throat gets further and further inflamed over here. So, yeah, so get some very, very inflamed deep throat. I know. Wah, wah, wah.
You are a retard.
Exactly. So, and it's getting harder and harder to. Yeah. All right. All right. So let's let you guys know all about some places you need to go. Okay. As I wrap up this episode, okay, or as I should say, my sore throat wraps up this episode, okay. And again, sorry I have to cut it short here in this episode, but again, like I said, hopefully next week I'll be back to this Death Star will be back to full operational status here, and I won't have to do the show like a puss. That's why I'm dressed like I'm doing the show from a deer stand here tonight, because I'm like just feeling like shit. But anyway, enough about that. All right, so let's get rid of that and show you this. www.moviesmerica.com. And I'm telling you all about that because that's where you can go and check out audio-only versions of my spoiler-free review, okay? Reviews that come out every Sunday. Now, you can also listen to them like on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And but why would you want to listen to the audio-only versions when you can just go out to Rumble or YouTube and check out the episodes where you get to, gaze upon my face. Yes, as I do the episode. But you know what? If you're like you just can't handle this much hotness, and you want to just listen to the audio-only versions, you can go to moviesmerica.com or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Now, if you listen to me like an Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, give me a 5-star rating, all right, out there if you would, okay? So I'm not above begging for a 5-star rating. So, yeah, do me a solid. Absolutely. All right. And I'm also out on there on the socials under X and Instagram at Movies America. And I'm also on the coolest site out there, Gab. Okay. So at Movies America. So check me out there and check out. There's a lot of folks out in the live chat that are out on Gab and follow them as well. So see who I'm following out on Gab and then follow them as well. Okay. So definitely do that. And really great people out there. All right. And tdpn.locals.com. Already told you about that. So we're going to whip right past that one. And merch. Everybody, come on. Kwanzaa is coming up here very soon. Before we know it, Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and Christmas will be upon us. Okay. And so get yourself some Till Death Podcast Network merch or Movies America merch. Okay. So, fuck that every kiss begins with K shit. No, every kiss begins with Till Death Podcast Network merch, motherfuckers. Yeah. So get it. Okay. And all you got to do is click on that merch store link down in the description. Okay. You get yourself some fantastic items down there. I know I'm rushing through all this shit. All right. And then at Till Death Network, solo.to/Till Death Pod Network. And that's where you can go to get all the links that have to do with the Till Death Podcast Network. Get there. All right. And also solo.to/Till Death Studios. That's where you go. If you want to get into the content creation game, or maybe you're already in the game and you'd like to have some cool visual flair to go with your content, like this cool background. That cool background there, right there, and then over there. There you go, the background. Or the overlay that you see up at the very top says Movies America, okay? Or the intros that you saw earlier. If you want something like that, well, Ian, my man Ian, is going to hook you up. If you go to solo.to/Till Death Studios, he'll hook you up with some really cool shit like that, okay? So don't hesitate. Just do it. Solo.to/I'm Sean Cab. That's where all the links are there for my man Sean. with his Sipping with Sean show that comes out every other Friday. And then also he's got a lot of great content out on the tdpn.locals.com website. And that's this is where you go for all the Sean Cab links, okay? And then also solo.to/the Whiskey Capitalist. All the links have to do with that awesome show, the Whiskey Capitalist podcast that comes out on 7 p.m. my time, so 7 p.m. Central, so about 8 Eastern, every Monday and Wednesday night. So that's where you can go for those links. And last but certainly not least, solo.to/Till Death Podcast, where you get all the links that have to do with the Till Death Podcast show, the inaugural show on the Till Death Podcast Network, okay? And yeah, that's a great place to go to find that, okay? And then Sean says he's doing a Sipping with Sean this Friday as well. So, and yeah, I mean, you go to that, his solo.to/I'm Sean Cav, and that's a great place to see like when he's doing his stuff right there. Absolutely. All right, everybody. Well, you know what? We're going to wrap this up, my peoples. And, you know, like I always say, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya.
Hey, everybody! Hey! I got the police after me. They're coming after me, okay? But I got just enough time to ask you. Just like this video, if you would, and then subscribe to this channel, okay? I'm gonna be in handcuffs pretty soon. I gotta tell you. Hey, so before they haul me off, make sure you watch these videos over here, okay? And thanks for watching this video and the Till Death Podcast Network, okay? I gotta go.